So I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was trying to pick music that would get the tone set up. And I was trying to sit here and think about, the topic was a little different for song, whatever. So I opened up my Amazon Music and it said artists to watch in 2020. And I figure that makes the most sense to me because we are those people. Because watch out 2020, we are on fire and we are the ones to watch. So anyway, it is, what date, Kaden? January 27th, 2020. It is our Tribe Redefine team call for the week. The last night of the month, last Monday, the night of the month, usually do an action hour, but I think what we have in store tonight is even better. We have an amazing guest speaker, and I'll introduce her in a hot second. I'm going to do some super quick announcements, and then I'm going to turn the call over to her. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. First things first, if you have any Success Club points, which it's the end of the month, so hopefully you do, please throw those in the chat so we can recognize you. And also feel free to use the chat throughout the night with questions or any comments that we can check in with that. Team Cup registration has to go down. I've got everybody who submitted their request to be on a Team Cup team ready to roll. Just check your inboxes tomorrow because I want to touch base with a couple people before making final decisions because I don't want to be a boss in that way, but I just want to organize and help everybody. So check your inboxes if I haven't touched base with you already about your Team Cup team. Secondly, the National Wake Up Call today is an absolute must, so please make sure you go and listen to that. This is your priority right now, so don't go away now and go listen to that, but make sure you dial in. Moira Casaba's fabulous. I know quite a few people on the team also use her planner, so she should be familiar to you, but she really just hits the nail on the head in a lot of ways, and I know everyone can relate to something that she said. And I have a feeling that's going to be happening tonight as well. And lastly, please remember to follow up with your trackers. Tomorrow is Tracker Tuesday. So first thing in the morning, you're going to see our PD post go live. So make sure you're sharing your personal development. And in the evening, we've got our tracker. I was sitting here just going through it while I was waiting for everybody to join in on the call. And lastly, thank you to Leslie and Jackie who held another new coach session before. I popped in for a couple of minutes before jumping in over here, and what I heard was fabulous. So thank you very much, ladies. Let's see what we've got. Teresa's at 8. I love it. Yeah, National Wake Up Call was amazing. So fabulous. All right. So anyway, here we go. I am really excited. First off, I have been a coach for 4 years. I attended my first Philly Super Saturday at the time event that summer, the summer of 2016. Autumn Calabrese was there, and I haven't missed one since. And as a result, I haven't missed seeing Jasyra there. She is a member of the Philadelphia Market Council. She is ridiculously fit, which isn't one of the accolades she sent me, but it's just accurate. And I said to my daughter, I was like, oh, tonight's that team call. She was with the girl with the muscle. I was like, yes, with the girl with the muscle. But just to give you a little bit about our lovely Jasyra Santago Hines, she's a 3-star diamond and team leader, as I said, Philly Market Council. She's a premier coach. She was top coach in Philly. She's been Success Club 5 or 10 for 60 months and legend in her business and as well as her husband's business center. And the coolest thing, which is what she's talking to us mostly about today, is that she was able to retire from her nursing career and go full-time in her business. And she did that while working full-time. She was able to work herself up to that. And I just can't wait to hear about it. Now, I know some people on the call tonight are not coaches yet and are interested in this opportunity. So we're especially thankful to those of you who are giving this opportunity to hear from us and to hear from Jasyra. And so those accolades I just said might not mean anything to you, but they will tomorrow when you're all part of our tribe. So just keep that in mind. All right, Jasyra, I'm going to pop it over to you. I'm going to stay kind of muted because my house is never quiet, but I will be hot with my button if I need to unmute if you can hear me all. All right, girl, it's all you.
Awesome. Hey, ladies. I'm so excited to be sharing this. This is definitely something that I love to talk about and just enjoy to just share my story, but not only share my story, it's to show you how you can do it too. So I'm going to share my screen. I made some cool little slides for you. So my main topic is how to crush your business with a full-time schedule, because this is literally what I did, working 12 hours, 3 to 4 days out of the week, I had to learn how to manage my time in order to make shit happen. Hopefully I could say shit in here. So first I want to start with my story. So when I got introduced to Beachbody, it was actually in 2012. I bought my first program from Amazon. I had a friend, we were literally watching, we were going to see a movie, and it was a Channing Tatum movie, and I don't know why I forget the name of it, but that sexy, you know, Channing Tatum movie. And we were going to eat pizza, and my friend was like, I'm not eating pizza today. I'm doing this program called Insanity, and I lost this much weight. And I'm like, why are you letting me eat pizza if you're like on this journey? And she showed me like a really quick before and after, and she was only doing it for about 2 weeks. And I was like, wow, I need to do this too. Where did you buy it? She was like, Amazon. She had absolutely no idea about Beachbody. I didn't. So I ordered it on Amazon. And I started to do the program with my husband. At that time, he was actually my boyfriend. So he had me like super committed throughout the process. And I lost, I believe I lost probably like 15 pounds with that first program. But I lost a total of 30 pounds throughout my Beachbody journey. During that time, I still didn't know what Beachbody was. I was that person. I'm coming from the DVD, so I don't know if anyone has been with Beachbody for this long, but I had the DVD, and when you press play on the DVD in the very end, which I'm sure probably, I don't think they do this on the, because I always just stop it when I'm done. Like when I'm done my workout, I'm done. So on the DVDs in the very end, it would talk about the Beachbody coaching opportunity. And I never got to that point because I didn't even stretch. Like I was like, I'm done with this. I did my 50 minutes of insanity, whatever. So I had no idea what Beachbody coaching was until someone actually approached my husband and told him, hey, you're into fitness, and I see that you're going into the gym. You should be a Beachbody coach. And he's like, nah, I think my wife might want to do it. So he told me about it. And I was like, this is super cool. Like I'm already doing the programs. And at that time I lost that weight, and all my coworkers were looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? And guess what? I sent them all to Amazon. I was like, get it on Amazon. Let's do it together. And when I realized that I could make a little bit of like side cash from doing what I was already doing for free with my staff at my job, I kind of like immediately signed up. I didn't have to like, I did a little bit of research, but the fact that I was already doing it and doing it for free, I was like, why the hell not? Let me just give this a try. So I became a coach May of 2013. But I was one of those coaches that I didn't like dive in like immediately. I still had my fears. I was selling challenge packs and selling everything that our product line had. But I didn't commit to Success Club. I didn't commit to anything. Like I was that coach that kind of just was like playing around with it because I just wanted to make a little extra money to go on vacation. I had no idea that this was going to become what it is right now. But it was, when I signed up, it was May of 2013, but Summit was June of 2013. And that fear popped up and I was like, I can't go to Summit. I can't request those days off. I literally just signed up and it's next month. So I didn't go to my first Summit. And I'm really going to talk about Summit because it's so important that you show up and you go to these events. Because the first one I missed, which was in 2013, and I had FOMO. I was like, I want to be there. I was so sad. And I was like a huge Shanti fan, which obviously I still am. But I seen my upline is Jessica Nelson. And I seen her posting all these videos of Shanti because she's like a Shanti fan. She's like actually best friends with him now. And I was just like so jealous. So I got my ticket like literally that day for next year. I had my ticket a whole year in advance. So Summit of 2014, that was my first Summit, and it changed my life. And I'm going to be honest, a few months before that, I wanted to quit Beachbody. I wanted to quit because I was in school to be a nurse anesthetist. I was planning a wedding. I was working full time and just trying to manage life. And I know that you all are probably like, I get it. There's so much stuff that happens into our lives. and our business is the first thing that we're like, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I'm glad that I went to Summit, because that is what showed me that I can do this too. I met another nurse and she told me she quit her job. And at that time, I was like super stressed out with nursing. And that was literally why I was in graduate school, to be a nurse anesthetist, to get out of bedside nursing. I was already burnt out at that time. So I was like trying to find other ways to, find something different to make me happy. And when I went to Summit and met all these amazing people, I was like, why not me? They can do it. They're just like regular women just like me. Why can't I do it? And I set goals right after Summit. And I was like, I'm going to make Success Club no matter what. I don't care. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a success partner. And what else did I say? Those were the two major things, because I didn't want to put too much into my plate. I was like, all right, Success Club and get a success partner. And I did that. And after that, I became a Success Club 10 legend. 5 in my husband's business and 10 in my business for the entire year. And I got a success partner, and I became diamond a month after Summit, because I was emerald at that time. This is why I'm telling you, Summit is amazing, and something that if you really want this business to boom, you gotta go to Summit. You learn so much stuff. And every Summit, I have made huge goals and I've achieved it. So then we go into Summit of 2015. And that's when I set a bigger goal. And if you ever want to go on YouTube, I actually have the video of me crying, saying these words, saying that I'm going to quit nursing, I'm going to eliminate my debt, and I was going to be a full-time Beachbody coach. And December of 2015 was when I read a book called Total Money Makeover. And that book alone changed my life. I followed it to the T, and that's when I eliminated my debt. And I was actually on the Dave Ramsey show. If anyone loves him, he's all about debt and snowball. That was like, wow. When I made that happen, I knew that I can do anything. And few months after that, so it was April of 2016 was when I eliminated all my debt. And then June of 2016 was when I retired nursing, because I knew that anything is possible. And I'm going to break up what I actually did, because you guys are like, wow, I can't do that. I don't know how she did that. And I'm going to break it down on what I focused on. But this shows you that you can do it too. I'm just a regular woman from Philadelphia. I grew up in the hood, like very hood, North Philly. And you can do this too. So now we're going to get into the first thing that I want you to stop complaining. Because, with having a big team that I have, like, I hear the most complaints of, I don't have no time, but I can't, my kids and this and that. And I get it. Life happens. Life is hard. Things happen, but you have to stop complaining. You have to stop making excuses. You gotta make time for your business. If you want to quit your job, if you want to eliminate your debt, or even if you just want to make extra money, you have to commit time. So you can't say, I don't have time to send my 3 invites every single day. Although I'm going to tell you, sending 3 invites every single day is not going to get you to eliminate your debt in a year. You got to really hustle. But you also can't use your children as your excuse either. Your children should be your motivation. They are the reason why you are going to work so hard to give them the life that you truly want, right? And also not having any money. You have this amazing business sitting here that can give you more money. So if you're working it, you're going to make that money. So one thing I want to teach you is about the choose again method. If anyone loves Gabby Bernstein, she has an amazing new book called Super Attractor. And she talks about this choose again method. So anytime you say, I don't have any money, you change that into, I have the money. You have to imprint it into your brain and change your mindset to having an abundance mindset. And even with anything of time, you say, I have time, I'm gonna make time. And then that's when I'm gonna teach you time blocking and where you're gonna find time. So that's number 1. Number 2 is removing negativity. words that I can't stand my coaches saying is, I'm going to try to make Success Club. I'm going to hope. I hope I can. I wish I can. I think I can. Those are, to me, those are bad words. Like, shit is not a bad word to me. These are try, hope, wish, think. Anytime my coach tells me, I'm going to try. What? You're going to try? No, you're going to make Success Club, because you're already putting it into your brain that you're not making it because you think you're going to make it. You're going to try. And guess what? Every single month, you're going to keep trying because you're not putting in your brain that you have to make Success Club. Success Club is non-negotiable. So one thing that's going to help with your mindset is personal development. And I was one of those people that I did not like to read. And like that first year where I said my business was like not really going anywhere, guess what? Jasyra wasn't reading personal development. I went to school for nursing. Then I went to graduate school for a nurse anesthetist. And I had all these textbooks that I had to read. And I refused. I was like, I don't need personal development. I don't need none of that. I'm very positive. And guess what? I wasn't. I was like the most negative person ever. But personal development is really going to also help you with that mindset change. And I still struggle with this all the time with just, keeping your mind positive when life happens. But really, like, amazing things attract to you when you're happy and when you have that abundance mindset. The next thing is positive affirmation. Just like the choose again, it's I will make Success Club. I am a leader. I will retire. I will eliminate my debt, versus saying I wish I can, or saying I like, just get rid of the try, hope, wish, and think. You have to be like I am, I will, I can. So like this cute little thing, stop wishing, start doing. Next thing is my favorite, sacrifice. A lot of people think that you could make things happen with just doing what you do day to day all the time and not switching things up. You have to make sacrifice in your life in order to build the life that you truly want, especially if you want to eliminate your debt, especially if you want to retire. There's a lot of sacrifice that you have to do. Now, I'm showing you sacrifices that I made. So in the very beginning, I canceled my cable because I was watching way too many shows. It was bad. So I canceled my cable, and till this day, I still don't have cable, and I don't even miss it. I just have Netflix and Hulu, and that's it. I also worked on lunch breaks, and I took as many bathroom breaks as I can, because as a nurse, if there's any nurses here, it is really hard to take any breaks, especially I worked in the ICU, so I had codes. So anytime that I could run to the bathroom and check my messages, I would do that. I also woke up on my days off or on the weekends at 6 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I actually woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do a quick power hour, to read my personal development, to do whatever I needed to do. Like any little time that I had open, I was working. I wasn't playing around. I also deleted all the games from my phone. I was like that Candy Crush person. I used to love Candy Crush, and I forgot the other games, but I deleted all the games from my phone. And then after doing those things, my business started to get, I started to make a little bit more money, and I seen what can happen with these sacrifices. So I decided to go part-time with nursing. I changed my position to actually be a NICU nurse so that I had more downtime. So with NICU babies, when they're napping, you're not supposed to wake them up unless obviously you have to do some type of procedure with them. So this time I actually had more time to work my business. So I brought my personal development book, I brought my book, and I would work while the babies were napping. And then after that, I quit school. Because I knew that Beachbody was what I wanted to do full time. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was already fed up with nursing. So it was like, you know what? There's no point for me to be in graduate school if I know that nursing is not in my heart anymore. So I gave that up, and then that gave me extra time. So removing all the things that are going to waste your time. Maybe you can't, go part-time. but you could definitely work during your lunch breaks. You could take some bathroom breaks. You could, if you can't cancel your cable, you could limit your time. I always tell my people to earn their time. Do your power hour, and then you watch your show. Don't watch your show and then all of a sudden you didn't do your power hour. Like, you have to earn your rest. That's what I say. So definitely the TV, the games on your phone if you have that. And I also said no to a lot of things during that time. My mom wanted to go to a concert, and I'm like, no, Mom, I can't. I got to make Success Club. So like, Success Club was always my excuse of not going anywhere. I'm like, I can't. Nope, Success Club. Got to make Success Club first. So it takes a lot of sacrifice. It doesn't need to be these sacrifices, but it's definitely going to be some type of sacrifice that you have to take in order to build your business. So next thing I want to talk about is time management. This is what really helped me throughout the process of eliminating my debt and obviously retiring nursing. The first thing is evaluating how you use your time. So you're going to get out your planner, and hopefully it's like the hourly planner, and you're going to write down what exactly do you do throughout the day. 1 o'clock, I'm watching Netflix. And be honest. I want you to be honest on what you're doing so that you can realize all the time that you're wasting. And then when you figure that out, you're going to eliminate the time wasters. And then you're going to delegate tasks. If you can afford a VA, and VAs can actually really be inexpensive. I know one of my uplines, she pays like $2 an hour for one of her VAs she found them from like Fiverr or something, and also Upwork. But also, if you can't find a good VA to do, some of your Beachbody business stuff, you ask your family for help. If you have children, then you have your spouse or whoever's living with you. If you have, someone living with you, you set times like, can you, take care of the kids while I'm sitting down to do my power hour? Or during this time when communication is everything, guys. You have to tell your spouse, significant other, whoever it is in your home, why you're working this business. Like, huge. You need to tell them why. And also negotiate and communicate when you're going to work so that they're not resenting you. Because during this process, I was always on my phone. I was super excited, and it really brought a lot of resentment to my husband because I was always on my phone. So we had to sit down, and I had to tell him why I was building this business. I was like, I want to quit nursing. I want to eliminate my debt, and this is why I'm always on my phone. And that's when he understood, and he was like, okay, so what can we do to work together? And he decided that he was going to take a few things on from the house. So he would go grocery shopping. He would wash the clothes, and he would fold the clothes and take out the trash. So he did a lot of things to kind of like take things off my plate. So those are ideas that you can tell your significant other or spouse to help you around the house. Remember, this is 2020. And I know us, as I'm not a mother yet, but I know it's like, you want to nurture your kids and you always want to do things by yourself, but you don't need to. Like, you need help. You did not make that baby by yourself. So definitely make sure you get some help. Step 2 is creating your vision board and set goals quarterly. I don't want you to make your vision board. You probably already have a vision board, and you probably set it to the side and never look at it again until December. And you look at it and you're like, crap, I didn't do any of this. So I want you to, and I'm going to show you the planner as well, because I have a planner, and the reason why I put the vision board on there, and every single month, it actually reminds you of your vision board. It asks you, what do you want to accomplish from your vision board, so that you're not forgetting it until the end of the year. One really good book that I took from this is called The 12-Week Year. He breaks down your goals within every 12 weeks so that you actually accomplish your big goals for the end of the year. And then again, like I said, tell your family your why so that you can prevent the resentment and also make time for your kids and make time for your spouse so that they know that, you know, so they don't feel that your business is more important than them. Step 3 is creating a daily plan and know exactly what you're going to do every single day. You have to set boundaries as well. So business hours is super important. And also do your vitals first and then clean up your inbox. You're probably like sending out invites and somebody messages you and then you're like, oh, I gotta message them back. And then you didn't finish your power hour. So it's like really important that you do what you gotta do. You send out your invites, personal development, all that stuff. And then you respond back to your to anyone who has wrote you back in your inbox. This is something that I love to teach because I was that person. I would get squirrel brain. I'm like, okay, sending out my invites, and then, oh, somebody messaged me, let me check it, and then I completely forgot what I was doing. Step 4 is using a planner. Whether you have my planner or you have any other planner, I don't care what planner you have. I just hope that you are tracking and you are writing down what you're doing, because it's so important that you work from a to-do list and you start time blocking. We're going to talk about time blocking. And then step 5 is setting alarms to get shit done and use a timer to prevent squirrel brain. So I have like literally like a cooking timer on my table, and I'll set like an hour to like go through my emails and my messages so that I'm not going over that time. I also turn off my notifications on my computer and my phone. So like if anyone messages me on Facebook or Instagram, I don't get that notification, because I'm going to sit down when I'm ready to go through my messages. That's when I sit down to go through it. Because if not, like I said, the resentment again comes from your family. And then you're going to get burnt out because you're going to be like, oh God, I'm always on the phone. I always have to check my messages. And this is coming from a Beachbody coach that's been a coach for 7 years. Trust me, you do get burnt out sometimes when you're in your inbox all the time. So now I just want to quickly go over my planner. If you haven't seen it, it's an all-in-one planner. It is, it starts with your vision board. And then it has, I'll put my thing on a big screen. So this is the planner. It starts with a cool little section of your vision board. What I did was I did mine on like kind of like a Google slide, and then I just like taped it because I like having like cool little pictures on them. And then it breaks down. It's totally customizable. So if you buy it in June, you can still use it because every single month is, you just write in your month. But like I said earlier, you see how it actually breaks down your vision board for every single month. So every month is going to remind you what to work on. And then you get into your bill section. So all about, you want to eliminate your debt, you got to know where your money goes. So you have all your bills on here, and then you'll realize where you're wasting money. Then we have, of course, fitness had to be in there. So we have your grocery list. I'm like actually using my planner. So you see the grocery list. And then also you can write your meal plan in there. And then we get into the most important part where I'm going to talk about is time blocking. So you see how I have from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then every single, like on Sundays is when I actually sit down to write down what I have to do every single hour. And then I have your water in here because water is super important. And you have your positive habit tracker as well, where you could put normally I use this section on things that I suck at. So like I really wanted to meditate. So I was like, I need to figure out a way that I could start meditating. So I wrote it in here, and I have to check it off when I do it. And once it becomes a habit, then I won't need to put that on there anymore. So anything that you suck at, maybe like coach invites, because those are probably a little scary for you, you can put your coach invites in there. You could check off that you sent those things out. Then you have your to-do list here. You have a note section in here. And then we break down into your journal, because I'm a huge journal person. So it asks you your gratitudes, your affirmations, your goal for the day, and then you can write down whatever you want as far as what's on your mind. Or you can use it for your section of writing who you invited or anything like that. And then after that, it ends off with asking you how your month went. So it's not like just, you just get through your month and then you go through the next month. It goes like, what do you need to do better? What did you suck at? It's a evaluation of your month, and then every single month it has that, and then after the year it asks you again, what did you accomplish? What did you need to change? So that is my planner. I'm super obsessed about it, so I had to talk about it. But time blocking. So this is, I'm going to put a little bit bigger so you can see it. This is not mine. This is one that I found that was super cool, that was very relatable to mine. But this is what every Sunday is when I sit down to write down what I need to do every hour. And it doesn't need to be every hour. You could be from, this time to this time, I'm going to work my Beachbody business. So whatever time you wake up, you'll put, you wake up. You could put, I'm going to exercise at this time. I'm going to post on Facebook at this time, or post on social media. You could put, I'm going to eat lunch at this time. Like literally, I want you to write down right now, because I want you to evaluate your time. I want you to write down what you're doing every single hour so that you can see where you're wasting time. But then after that, once you get used to it, then you'll just write down the most important things that you need to accomplish for the day, which is your power hour, your workout, definitely personal development. If you have any appointments for your children or anything like that, appointments for yourself, team calls, anything that's important, you're going to write it down on the hourly so that you know exactly what you're doing every single day. And of course, I'm like a very OCD, like very organized person, but every single day is not going to be perfect. I don't follow it to the T. I don't want you to stress about that, because you're probably like, oh my God, this is a lot of stuff. Don't stress it. It just gives you kind of like a layout so that if you do get squirrel brain, you'll go back to your planner and you're like, oh, I'm working on this, or I have to work on this. And if you don't get it done, you just roll it to the next day. No big deal. But this is going to help you figure out your schedule, when you're going to send out your coach invites and all that stuff. And it makes you more accountable when you do that. Now, I want to give you a little action step. And I would really love to see them, so you guys can send them to me and tag me on Instagram or anything like that. But I want you to sit down and evaluate your time. And I want you to write down, what are you going to do for this week? When are you going to exercise? When are you going to do your power hour? And just anything that you have to do this week. And it's Monday, so it's basically start of the week. So I want you to start your time blocking and post your schedule on the team page. I'm not a part of the team page, so if you want to share it with me on Instagram, definitely tag me. I'll show you my social media and all that stuff, because I would love to help you with your time blocking. Now we're going to get into my favorite non-negotiable Beachbody tips. 4 vital behaviors every single day. I don't need to repeat them. I know that you know them. But I know you're probably tired of probably hearing your coach, 4 vital behaviors. Yeah, you're always going to hear them. Personal development recommendations. These are my ultimate favorite. Eat That Frog is a really good for procrastination. The Morning Miracle, if you want to start waking up a little bit earlier. I had to read that book in order to wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning, because I'm not a morning person. So that was the book that inspired me to wake up early. 12-week year is the one that I was telling you about, breaking your goals into 12 weeks. Total Money Makeover, if you want to eliminate your debt. That one's amazing. Like, that's the reason why I eliminate my debt. Go for No is a really good one if you're afraid of hearing no, especially for coach invites. Rock Your Network Marketing Business is a really good, obviously, network marketing business type of book. Building an Empire is very similar to the network marketing business as well. 5-second Rule is a really good one for procrastination and also for anxiety. I have anxiety, so just know that if you have anxiety, you can still make this business work. The 10X Rule. I came from a world of Beachbody where they used to do the power of threes. If you're fairly new, it probably not even existed anymore. But power of three just meant that you were inviting, 3 to coaching, 3 to adding 3 friends and all that stuff. And honestly, doing 3 a day is a very good start. But if you want to eliminate your debt and you want to quit your job, 3 is not enough. Like, it's not enough every single day. So the 10X rule teaches you how to 10X your life and just do more to achieve the goals that you want. Failing forward, we are all going to fail in this business, but just know that every successful person fails. Who likes Chick-fil-A? I know I love Chick-fil-A. If you read the book Failing Forward, the owner, I don't know his name, but he got shut down so many times for his chicken sandwich. They're like, chicken sandwich? Who wants a chicken sandwich? And now there's always a long ass line at Chick-fil-A. So every successful person fails. So Failing Forward teaches you that it's okay to fail. The next one is get over your damn self. I love that one. It's a really good network marketing business type of book. Developing the leader within you. Know that you are all leaders. I know you're probably sitting here like, I just started this. I'm not a leader. Yes, you are a leader. You're a leader in your home, and you're going to learn to become an amazing Beachbody leader. But that's a really amazing book to teach you that you are a leader. Girl, Stop Apologizing. I love Rachel Hollis, so that's one of her great ones. And Go Pro if you want to be more motivated and excited to invite to coaching. The next thing is attend events. You gotta attend events. Listening to team calls are amazing, but when you are around Beachbody coaches, like literally hugging them, and it's the best feeling of the world. So go to Summit. Never skip super weekends. That was always one of my goals. And then I became a market counsel, and now I have no choice. I have to be there. And then go to any live business trainings. There's so many amazing trainings. Like there's Pace to Be Brave, Go Pro. Eric Worre has a training every year. Literally every personal development person has an event every single year. So go to as many live trainings as you can, because being around successful people is super important. Like that's what people tell you. If you want to be abundant, you want to be rich, you want to be successful, you have to be around successful people. And that's where you're going to find them. You're going to find them at Summit, super weekends, and business trainings. Next thing is have a system. I don't want you using your Facebook Messenger as your system. You are going to forget people. You need to have something. And I want you to also think about a big business. Maybe you're using pen and paper right now, but that is not going to be sufficient when you have a big business. You're going to forget people, and your papers are going to be everywhere. So I personally use Asana. I love Asana. It's super easy. I'm not sure if you know, if we have like enough time, I could show you my Asana, but I use Asana, and then I use my planner to work my business. And the next thing is obviously Power 3. When we talked about it, no one really does Power 3 anymore. But when I was a nurse, I didn't only send 3 invites a day. I would send like 40, 60. I sent a lot of invites, especially on my days off. Now, on the days that I worked 12 hours, it was impossible. So I would send maybe 3, 5, but on the days I had off, I would send as many as I can, because I knew my goal was to eliminate my debt and retire nursing. So it was like, I got to talk to a lot of people. If you ever took statistics, it takes a lot of people. Then the next thing is get a success partner. It's going to help with accountability, friendly competition. You can bounce ideas. Kick in the butt when you're having a bad day, because again, this business is not going to be easy. Being an entrepreneur and a business owner is a roller coaster, but it's the best roller coaster you're ever going to be on. But you have that person that you'll be able to vent to, a person that understands, because they work this business too. So highly recommend that. But my advice is to find a accountability partner outside of your team, because then you're going to learn from the other team versus learning the same thing that you're learning from your team already. And then the last thing is conquer your fears and expect failures, because you're always going to be fearful from this business. You're always going to fail at something, and you just have to keep going, because trust me, I failed at a lot of stuff, but I'm so happy that I kept going. I was in 2014, I was going to quit Beachbody. If I was quit Beachbody, I would have been so miserable. I would still been a nurse and super miserable. So keep on trucking along. Now I wanted to add in, because I know that eliminating my debt is like a huge question that I always get. So I wanted to add this into it. And I think I put it a little bit backwards. So there you go. So how to be debt free. So the first thing is know how much debt you're in. And these are the steps that you're going to learn from the Total Money Makeover. Just wanted to add it in there. But the first thing is that you need to know how much you owe. A lot of people that ask me, I'm like, how much do you owe? They're like, oh, I don't know. You need to know. You need to know how much you owe. So know how much you owe. And then you're going to break down your debt into the smallest to the biggest. So whatever loan that is the smallest is going to go on the top, and then your biggest is going to go into the end, and vice versa. Then you're going to get on a budget, and you're going to make some sacrifices. Stop eating out. Stop going out. Like, there's a lot of things that you have to stop doing in order to have extra money in order to pay your debt. Then you're going to put down a huge amount from your savings if you have a savings. But remember, this was actually one of the hardest parts for me. I was a huge saver. And I was like, what? I have to use my savings to eliminate my debt? I was like super scared of this part. But when I really realized, I was like, I'm in so much debt and I have this savings, and like, why do I have this savings? I know it's for emergencies, but how would life be if I had all this money that I'm always paying my loans? Like, how would life would be? I was paying maybe like, I felt like it was like $800 a month on my loans, because I had so many different loans. I lived in the dorms, so much debt. So I took a little bit of the money from my savings, and I paid some of my debt off as well from that. But like I said, that is a very hard decision. The next step is paying the smallest first, and then you're going to pay the minimum of the others. So if you have one that's like $100, that's the one that you're going to start paying, because that one's going to go, that's going to go away faster. So you'll pay the smallest, and then you get to the bigger ones. And then once you're done with paying that, then you're going to go to the next one, and then you go to the next one until you are completely debt free. Now, I really did this very short, because obviously we only have a very short team call, but I do have a huge explanation on my podcast on how I eliminated my debt. My podcast is called She Hustles, and it's episode 8, and I go into detail on what I did in order to eliminate my debt, but also I highly recommend to read the Total Money Makeover. It's amazing. And then lastly, I just wanted to put it out there, because I told live trainings are super important. I actually have a women's conference in June, and we're going to teach you how to eliminate your debt. We're going to teach you how to be organized. We're going to teach you time blocking, like everything to just live your best life. You can get tickets at lovefitbyjasyra.com, and they're actually $10 off until the end of this month. And then I have my social media on here, because I want to see you guys do your time blocking, and I want you to tag me. So my Instagram is fit4arn. If you have any questions about time blocking, I'm happy to answer them, and I do have some time for questions. Again, my podcast is She Hustles. You can add me as a friend on Facebook. I have a YouTube, and I have a website. And then we can end off for questions. I hope you guys like that.
I keep muting and unmuting myself. I love that. I was just writing that all down really quickly. That was amazing. That was so much more than I expected.
Thank you.
And that's the best. So thank you so much. That was freaking awesome. Does anybody have a question? You're welcome to just unmute yourself. I have 2 or 3 kids awake, so there's TVs on in here. Everyone was asleep when I came downstairs, but they wanted to hear Jasyra as well. But any questions? What do you have the time? Because I'm right near Cherry Hill. I definitely want to come to your conference. Do you have the time block for your conference?
So we're still working on the time, but I'm trying to do it like early. Hopefully starting at 10 in the morning and be done by like 3 or 4.
Okay. I had an idea.
Yeah.
Yay. Awesome.
I'm excited. I'm super excited for it.
Jasyra, thank you for doing this. I have a question. This is kind of off. Were you in the oxygen contest?
I was, yeah.
That was you? I voted for you so many times.
That was me. Yeah, I'm always putting myself in like, I have big dreams.
That's awesome. No, that's so cool. I love it. Well, hold on one second. I'm gonna take a look at my notes. I have another question.
Okay.
I didn't know that Jessica Bowser Nelson was your upline. I'm obsessed with her.
Yes, she is my upline. She's amazing.
How did you get
like friends with Shanti now? It's so crazy.
I know.
Did you like fall into her team, or did you research a coach? How did you?
Yeah, I just fell into her team.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, like, paying off debt, were you focusing on building for income, like when you were, structuring your organization? Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yes, that's actually a really good question. I was definitely in the very beginning building for income and not really caring about, the star diamonds, but honestly, it actually all falls into place when you build for income.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I put my husband on my weak leg, and I also put, when I became a 2-star, I put it on my weak leg.
Mm-hmm.
But all my new coaches were basically going on my weak leg, and I was just packing it up. But I also was still trying to keep it even so that I could have enough diamonds on each side to rank. So everything literally falls into place. Sometimes you do like get a little upset and you're like, oh God, I put the diamond on the wrong side, but you never know who's going to be amazing, right? You never know who's going to become a diamond. But when you have income goals, I definitely put a lot of people on my weak leg, and I put a lot of people on my husband's inside weak leg as well, because everything rolled up for Team Cycle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's on your weak leg, and you put him on his inside weak leg?
Yes. So this is a little complicated. I'm not sure if you know how to do it. Do you want me to go into my my office so I could show you how to do it?
When you do preferred placement and you put like a placement ID, is that what you mean?
Yeah. So I would put his ID, and then I would put it on his weak leg. Now his weak leg every week changes because I've built it basically on my own. So every week I have to see whether I'm going to put them on the right side, I'm going to put them on the left side. They end up going on to, like, they're my coach, putting on my husband to cycle out more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you personally sponsor them, but you place them on his inside weak leg.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I love that. Of the 4 vital behaviors, which is the one that's the most difficult for you?
Coach invites. That one is always a difficult one, even to this day, because now I feel like I'm getting more pickier. I'm like, oh, no, not her. Oh, maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, she looks, no. So that is literally in my planner, the part, I'm like, coach invites, because it's one thing that is still difficult for me, especially now. I'm just like more with just in the very beginning, just saying yes to everyone, be my coach. And then you realize not everyone is fit to, be a coach sometimes. I became a little bit more cautious on who I wanted on my team. And that's how you should be. You want women who are just like you, who you have, relatable things, not just be like, oh, I want to be a coach, and you guys don't really have anything relatable. They normally just don't build the business for that long. So coach invites for sure.
I love it. Does anybody else have a question? I have a silly question just because I this is the type of person I am. It's about the trainers that you've met at all the super events. So who would you say is the coolest of all of them? Like the most fun to have around?
Oh, this is hard, but I would say Joel. Joel is the best.
Figured.
He is. He's very he's down to earth. He tells you the truth about Beachbody. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And he's just really fun. Like he's all about balance. And compared to Autumn, when you talk to Autumn and she's like, "You can't cheat. You gotta eat this. You gotta do that." And Joel, "You want a beer? Let's have a cheesesteak." So he's very down to earth and loves to eat cheese. Like he loves cheesesteak. So
Love it. Love it. Well, we're going to see him with you on March 1st. We're very excited about that. Jasyra, thank you so much. This was really awesome. And thank you for going with the action item. So guys, for real, that's what it is for tonight. Is you don't do it tonight. You can do it in the morning to give yourself real time, but create that time block for yourself. Get it into the team page. Either team page is fine. Put it on social media. Tag me or tag your upline. Tag Jasyra. She's at, it was on the last screen, but at fit4, the number 4, ARN on Instagram. And